In this episode of In Search of Buffalo, we're exploring Jamestown, New York, just outside of Buffalo, New York, and we're in search of Lucille Ball. So my wife Marcy, Renee, has dragged us out to Jamestown, New York. This was a little bit of a hike to get out here. We're here to really celebrate a wonderful lady.
Lucille Ball.
Lucille Ball was actually born here, is that correct?
I believe so.
1911.
Ooh.
She's going to be turning 110 next month.
Okay.
Everything we've passed by so far seems like it has a level of history, from the ballpark. There's a ballpark here, the post office. There's a general store right across the street from us right now. And I think first and foremost, we definitely want to peek at her house. And then we want to check here in Lucille Ball, the actual memorial park. There are some interesting statues.
And over the years, the original statue has drawn sharp criticism from people in Western New York and across the country. With much of the community in agreement, the village decided to look for a replacement for Scary Lucy last spring. Today, on the actress's birthday, the new statue was unveiled.
And
I mean, two's better than one.
two is, well, we'll have to be a judge of that once we actually look at the statues. There's one that's called New Lucy, because it's the newer of the two statue. That makes sense. And there's another one called Scary Lucy. So we're taking a little walk, not too far from the Lucille Ball Memorial Park.
Not too far at all. And we turned down Lucy Lane.
The street's actually called Lucy Lane.
It was
How cool is that?
renamed.
And what we're actually just going to do, we're going to try to be as polite as possible. We're going to check out the house, one of the houses.
One of the homes that Lucy grew up in. Did you check out that garage? It's painted to look like one of Lucy's iconic polka dot dresses.
So that is something you like to see. I think it's obviously a fan of I Love Lucy and really owning it.
Yes.
You know, they're lucky enough to live in that house and to really own it, to really give the garage a little bit of a little flair. Beautiful house, beautiful paint job, beautiful colors.
Quaint little neighborhood.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like so much small town Americana here in Jamestown, New York, and you really see this a lot in areas of upstate New York. Upstate New York, not like the city.
It's a step back in time.
Exactly.
You may open your eyes now.
So this is the new Lucy statue, and she's really beautiful, from the polka dot dress right up to like her eyelashes. She's super detailed, and it's a very good likeness.
And it's interesting. This one was actually dedicated on her birthday. Did you notice that? Standing on her Hollywood star. Very great observation there. That's really cool. Let's check out underneath here. Heart Lucy, love Lucy. She's got these beautiful heels on, and then you come up. Check out the whole dress she's got, the purse, the necklace, and the likeness, again, the likeness on her face. Very, very impressive. They did a good job. This, it's just really impressive. Here we got the artist's signature on the back. Really, really cool. What's your overall rating on this particular bronze statue?
I think it's pretty fantastic, and if you are in town, in Jamestown, you gotta check this out.
Okay, so what have you heard about this next one? This was the original statue.
I've heard that it was done by a very important artist, and an artist who's done a lot of bronze statues in the Jamestown area. People really liked him, and so they commissioned him to do this statue of Lucy. And the reactions at the unveiling, I've heard, were mixed. So let's check it out. I feel bad that it's known as Scary Lucy.
How does it hold up to the other one?
Well, the likeness is different, but you can clearly tell what the artist was going for here. You can see the episode that it represents where she was the Vitameatavegamin girl in the commercial she was doing, and the outfit is what she was wearing. It's a different interpretation, so I feel bad that she's called Scary.
Didn't get initially great reviews from
No.
the people of Jamestown either.
Well, she's such a beautiful woman, and this likeness isn't the most beautiful.
I think that's fair. So we mentioned it earlier that Jamestown has a lot of history, but this cemetery, Lakeview Cemetery, is very large, number one. There's a lot of history here, and this is where Lucille Ball is actually buried. And they do a really nice job here because on the ground they actually have a walkway with little hearts with L's in them.
Right.
That kind of leads you right to the location.
It's got Lucy and Desi and Fred and Ethel, and they're all on the road to California.
Hey miss, what are you doing down this alleyway?
Do you remember this episode where Lucy and Ethel get a job at the candy company?
Wow. This one's a little bit hidden.
Yeah. A little surprise back here behind the building.
So this is what Lucy with the this is what it was supposed to look like.
Yes. So why don't you join the thousands of happy puppy people and get yourself a great big bottle of Vitameatavegamin tomorrow.
It's so tasty, too.
Yet another mural.
Yeah, I bet you're wondering where we are, and we're at the post office. How do I know that? There is a giant Lucy and Desi postage stamp mural on the wall.
Looks like Marcy found one more mural.
Yes, I did. And this one's really glamorous, don't you think? It's got Lucy and Desi and looking pretty dapper.
It's cool.
Yeah, really amazing.
What are you taking us by?
So we are checking out the Lucille Ball Little Theater here in Jamestown.
So it seems to me that they're really, really proud of Lucy here in Jamestown.
As they should be.
You know, I already said it. It's just a really interesting community. It reminds me like there's a lot of history, but it did go through a little bit of a rundown. All these different industries, when they stopped being these hot commodities, this area definitely lost a little bit of its wealth. And you can tell that there's history here. It's a little worn down, but it's still worthwhile to see if you get a chance to stop by Jamestown, New York. And speaking of stops, we still got one more to go. Where are we going?
Oh, the next step is a museum.
The Lucy Museum here in Jamestown. Nice little way to finish it off. Testing, testing. Is this thing on? Testing, testing. I was supposed to see what are some of the first things that catch your eye.
So the first thing it starts on is like her radio career, and then you move right into television. I guess that's where it transitioned. So if you turn around, you'll see the set.
So behind me is the set they used when Ricky and the gang, Lucy and the gang went to Hollywood. And you can see just this lovely set. This is the kind of furniture, this is the kind of aesthetic that I love. And if I could live in this house behind me, I totally would. Totally would live in this. Beautiful.
Oh, look at this. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, Lucy, I never saw anything like this in my whole life. Oh, Oh, Ricky, the studio must think a lot of you to get you a suite like this.
1972 Mercedes-Benz. We almost thought it was a parking lot in here because of all the mirrors. Very cool car. Marcy, you gonna drive this one around?
Yeah, sure. Sign me up.
Didn't expect to see this, but they have an actual model of the long trailer. Marcy, you pointed out something cool too.
Yeah, all the rocks around the outside of the model.
For anyone who saw the movie, she was a collector of rocks.
I also like how there's a Caesar salad in the kitchen.
Oh, that's awesome. So all in all, very cool experience today in Jamestown, experiencing a comedian that we love, Lucille Ball. So if you're in this area, make sure to check out the Lucy Desi Museum here in Jamestown.
It's a must-see.
It's a must-see. And until next time, don't forget to subscribe to Retro Spectrum.
Do you pop out at parties? Are you unpopular?
So why don't you join the thousands of happy, peppy people and get a great big bottle of Vitameatavegamin?